Hi everybody, Uncle Mark here. Was driving the wife's Flex last night in the dark and I noticed this light, it's on, but I can't see anything shining. It's shining way down. We'll see what's wrong with it. It's falling apart. See if maybe yours is doing that too. Take a look. So skippable chapters. This is presented in 4K. It's kind of an update to a video I did on one of these way back, but I've learned some tricks. Should be able to get this light out a lot quicker than we have in the past. See the way this light is in here? The black and then the chrome ring around it. And then this one is kind of fallen down, showing more chrome around it. So at this point we need to get the light out. There's a bolt behind here, a couple clips in here as well. There's a bolt actually been there. I think there's a bolt down in here somewhere, and then a little bit higher up. And then of course there's a couple to my right, and here there's a little clip holding it in. I'll show you what they are. I'll give you tool sizes. There's a bolt there, a couple bolts hidden in here too, and then we'll have to take this apart. But I'm going to try not to take the whole bumper off as I have done in the past. We're just going to try and move it out just far enough that hopefully I can get this light out. That's the plan. Let's see if we can do it. Actually, spoiler alert, we can. I'm going to use this door panel tool. I use it in pretty much every video. Handy little guy. Get this little plug out of here, or clip. Link in the description for all the tools. I'm also going to list the sizes of the tools I'm using as well. And I'm going to recycle this old margarine container. Yeah, I know, margarine's not good for you. The wife's got us on butter now. A couple bolts. This yellow cord is actually for my block heater. We're up here in Manitoba, Canada. Now, 10 millimeters is what I'm using. Get these bolts out. Get this guy out. And we'll get the next one out as well. If you lose it, it's an M6-1.0. M6-1.0. I'll have to come back to this one because the washer around the bolt is not going to get around this piece of plastic. Let's do this one first. Give us a little more access. These threads are pretty fine. Turning to get it out. That one's out as well. Skippable chapters included, remember, so if you want to go on to the next part here where I'm getting closer to getting the bumper out, I'll be quick with this anyway. These are fun little guys to get out. It's a plastic screw into a plastic clip, and the screw threads usually kind of strip or just, yeah. So you can just pop it out. It might be just a little easier to do that. Again, all that screw is doing once it's in there, it just keeps these little fingers spread apart and it doesn't fall out. There we go. But once they're in there, it's not going to fall out because it'd have to pop out. Anyway, work on this next one too. Might be easier just to yank them out. You'll see when you start it. Now I'm hoping this front's loose enough, and I think it might be. I'll get this wire and junk out. You won't have that there, but let's see. No, I think I'm going to just undo these couple screws here. Again, I'm trying to just minimize what I'm taking apart, just the essentials. That's what we're hoping for. I have done this before where I took the whole bumper cover off. I don't think we need to do that this time, and we're going to show you. I'm going to show myself. You don't have to. Hey, you probably learned something already. Why not give me the thumbs up? That helps YouTube know I'm doing a good job, and other viewers as well, as we continue on this project, or project, depends on where you're from. Yeah, undo this one as well. I think that's all we need to do on top here. We're not going to do anything under the bumper. Save us some time. Yeah, I think that'll be good. I do have more videos on the Ford Flex. I've got a playlist you can take a look at, top right-hand corner. Click on the card there. Brings you to a playlist of more repairs on this unit. Now, on the side that you're working on here, just turn the wheel in, and there'll be a couple little bolts holding the bumper cover onto the inner wheel well. This is a 5.5 millimeter socket I'm using. They come off fairly easy. They should anyway. They are going into a metal washer or whatever you want to call it, so you may want to spray something in here later just so that they don't rust in there. If you have some trouble with that, maybe try and turn them a little bit and maybe get some penetrating oil in there if you can behind there. Otherwise, that's off. Now this, you kind of have to push it up
and pull it out. Push up and pull out, because there's a piece in here I'll show you. There we go. And then these ones should just come out by, I think, pushing down and pulling out these little tabs here. I'm going to use a door panel tool. It's a non-marring. You can use these inside. I was pulling on the wrong part there. These just are little clips, very small, that are holding it in. Try and want to be careful with those because, well, you can see how small and delicate they are. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them anyway. And there's a bolt right in there that's holding the headlight in place. Yep, it's hidden. It's clipped under the headlight here as well. I'm going to be just gentle. Should just pop out. There we go. And should pull ahead. And we're going to want to just make sure that we have enough things loose here that we can get in. 10 millimeter bolts, what this bolt is here. I'm using the 10 millimeter socket on this 10 millimeter bolt. Show you from a different angle. Try not to drop it. It should come out fairly easy as well. If you're in a rusty part of the world, you may want to spray it with something after. Fluid film or something, or just put some grease on it or something. Now, we mentioned, right here where the latch is, hood catch. You'll want to lift your grill up and over it, just so you don't break it or it does get hooked. And I'm going to try and move the grill ahead. Then we can get some of these other bolts. There's one right there. Another 10 millimeter. We get that off. Of course, it has to be hidden behind there. I'm just going to stick my squeegee that I use for squeegeeing off the car. Don't want to hurt that fan. There's a little rad there too. Must either be air conditioning or it's transmission or it's both. Just don't hurt it. If you'd like to subscribe, bottom right hand corner too. That way, when I put a new video out, usually try and do them on Sundays around 11 in the morning, somewhere around there. Try and do a new video every week. Most of the time it works out, but you'll be notified. Maybe on this vehicle, maybe on a few other different types as well. They're usually stuff that I own, either for a while or I own long term. This one we've had for a few years now. It was a fixer-upper. Now, we've got the light out as far as I can without unhooking it. You'll note right here, if we press down on this tab, it should unlock it. That'll be for your headlight. This other one here is just the signal light, counterclockwise, about a quarter turn. I'll tell you what that bulb is in a minute. This one, so if we push down, it should come out. I'm gonna use a little screwdriver. There we go, some dirt in there. Use a screwdriver to just kind of wiggle it back and forth a little bit gently. And that should unplug this whole housing, and the housing comes out. So if you need to replace that, that's how you do it. And that's how we're going to access this issue I'm having with the bulb. And it looks like it's an alignment problem. And after looking at it off air, or turns out that there's a piece missing. I don't know where it went. I guess the vehicle's old already. And that's supposed to make that go up and down. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So you see this little white thing. It's got a place the screwdriver goes in. It's supposed to turn with those gears against another gear that's supposed to move this rod in and out. And that whole piece, for some reason, is missing. Let's give you a quick look at what the other side looks like. It's not going to be the best view, but there's that little adjuster. And you see just below it, right there, well, let me get the light shining the right way. This whole piece is missing. It looks like a nut with something on it. Anyway, where are you going to get that? Nowhere. I don't want to spend a couple $100 on a used light or a new light, at least. This is what the adjuster looks like. It can use a couple different types of tools to turn it if you need your headlights to go up or down. There it is right in there. You can use a flat screwdriver or Phillips. I think you can also use an Allen key, maybe even a torque bit. But that's not what we're doing in this video. So I guess I'm going to save this somewhere else because this is going to fall and I'll get lost. Maybe I'll find one of these lights broken sometime and be able to salvage some of these pieces off. But that little rod there needs to be pulled out. As I pull it out, the light itself is facing down. So I'm going to pull it as far as I can, which I did. Now you see that looks normal. So somehow I was trying to figure, how am I going to get that rod to stay out like that? Thought, can I get a big, like a nut on it and jam it in there? And it's like, well, maybe I don't want to spin that. I might just destroy it. So I just got some copper wire. This is actually house wire. Wish I would have had something a little stronger than this, but I thought I'm going to wrap it around there a couple times and twist it on so it hangs on good. So that's the plan. If you have something maybe a little stiffer than this, it might be a good idea to use. So the copper is a little soft. I'm going to try and wrap it around there twice and then tighten it up by twisting it around. Think that'll work? Maybe leave me some ideas in the comments as to what you would have used. This is what I've got here right now. Sometimes that's an issue too. Where are you going to go? What are you going to get? Are you going to buy a whole spool of it? That's sometimes the question. This is just, some pieces I had kicking around. So I've made 2 loops to go around there. I'm hoping that now if I twist these 2 fingers, if you want to call them, it'll tighten the whole thing up. In theory, it should. There's a different set of pliers. And it was getting tighter. It's like, it's not bad, but I can't grasp it as nice as I want. But it is getting tighter, so my little idea is working. I realize this is not going to be adjustable now. So hopefully it's where it needs to be, or close. So I was trying to tighten it a little more, and then I got the vice grips out, and wouldn't you know it, it's copper. All of a sudden, don't go too tight. No! Did it too tight. So I'm just going to grab the rest of it here with some needle nose pliers and try and just make it as solid as I can, and I think that's going to do it. It's extended as far as it goes, so it won't rattle back in, I don't think. Put the light back in now. How do we do that? Oh, we've got some cables or electric cords we're going to have to plug back in. Show you what the signal bulb is. Kind of hard to read here, but it's a 3157 NA for natural amber, like orange, I guess. That's what it's called. It only goes in one way in this hole. I can't really show you close up, but it's a bunch of different fingers there. So if it's not going in, just twist it a little further, a little further. It should only go in like a quarter of a turn is how it's supposed to do it. I'm going to put this one on first, just because the cable's a little short. One click. So that's good. Now let's get back to this other one here, the signal. Cables are just long enough. Clockwise, quarter turn, should feel a little click. I'll just have to move all these wires around a little bit just so they don't hook anywhere. Move you guys around. And between the wires and the bumper, and try and wiggle it in here. And try and make those fingers that the bolts go through fit. So we can slide the bottom in. And then line it up. I'll show you close up in a second here. I'm just trying to get everything to smoothly go where it needs to go. 2 people might be nice, just an extra set of hands. Once that kind of lines up, I'm going to put some bolts in just lightly so that I can jiggle, move it around a little bit any way it needs to go for some fine tuning. So just turn it with the socket there a little easier. Again, I just want it to hold it in place. I don't need to tighten it yet. I'm going to get rid of my device here that's holding the bumper and everything away and set that back up there. Now bumper will move a little easier here too. Time to wash it, lots of bugs in it. We just got back from a trip. So, we got that 10mm bolt we have to put in here that holds the light to the rest of the bumper. A little tricky, we'll try to not lose it. I hand thread it in here again. Just then it's kind of movable a little bit. That's my stool. The little wheels must have a rock stuck on them so it doesn't want to slide around. Seeing how this is moving around. We've got that top one there to put in. Thread that in. Oh, I need to put my wire back in here too. Which should be okay. I'm just going to snug them up. And what else we got here? We've got that little piece that clips in there. It's just a little 2-piece clip. And there's one in here too. Another bolt. Let's try and snug that one up a little bit. I think I'll be okay with the grill sitting on that for now. With the wire, I'm talking. I've got my ratchet. Tighten that one up. They should all be tight now because everything's sitting nice and straight. So just quickly do that one. You know how to do these. And then that last one on the side here. And we should be good. We can start putting the bumper back together again. Have to pull it over here a little bit, make sure the grill is sitting where it needs to be too. It looks like it's going to go in, lock this in first. Should clip in there. Get my block heater cord. It's actually an extension cord for it. It actually lights up when you plug it into, so you know that at least there's power going there. It's good on a -40 winter day up here. That's just in the winter time, and not all winter. Put these guys back in, so there was a bolt on both sides of the grill, driver's side and passenger side. Then we have those little plastic clips with the plastic screws in them. You can probably just put the clip in first and then just push the screw down. Unless it really doesn't want to push down, then you can screw it in. They get kind of old and, I don't know, they're not that great. Looks like I've still got this one bolt I can tighten up. Make sure everything's nice and tight. And I guess it's, oh, we got this clip yet too, remember? It goes at the top of the light here into the fender. So with the middle of it pulled out, you pop the rest of it in and then push the middle down. It'll spread apart those fingers and it should stay in place. Now we still have this top of the bumper going into the fender, and then the screws that are going to hold the inner fender to the bumper. So you have to make sure that this goes, you almost have to push it up again. So then it sits on the top of that plastic piece. And once it's on top, give it a couple of bangs. And where my thumb is there, that piece should snap in place as well. Now, what do we got left here? These 3 little bolts. Remember them? 5.5 millimeter bolts. Depending where you live, you may want to put some kind of anti-seize maybe in the holes, or something like fluid film, or even just a little dab of grease or something, just so that they don't rust solid in there, and the next time you have to take them out for some reason. And I'm just going to snug them up with my ratchet. Looks like we're pretty much done here, aren't we? Have we forgotten anything? I don't think so. And the light, in my case here, light looks pretty good. It's going to be close anyway. At least it's not the driver's side. Don't know where that adjuster went, but looks like it's done. Thanks for watching. Looking forward to enjoying time together another time.